I want to say something with regards to victims as far as people who cry wolf. It makes it so hard when you lie about being a victim, such as the Jussie Smollett situation, for real victims to be heard. It's a horrible thing already to just be a victim. But then to find the strength within you to come forward and to say, hey, I was victimized over here. Can you help me do something, or at least help me to stop the victimization? That's hard. It takes some overcoming to bring a person to the point where they feel they need to ask for help. Because most victims feel shame, like it's their fault in some way that they were victimized, which is totally not true. It's not the fault of the victim, and I want all victims to hear this, because it's easier said than done to say that, oh, I don't deserve to be a victim, than it is to just be quiet about it and say, I wore my skirt too high, or I was too flirty on my Facebook page, or I wore my clothes in a way that was promiscuous, in order to excuse being victimized so that they don't have to face it and come forward. I want people to understand that we have to change that attitude. But remember that if you're not a victim, you're hurting more victims and causing victimization by deflecting attention off of true victims who genuinely need help. It makes it harder to decipher who is a true victim and who's somebody who's just acting for attention. So please, people, remember that when you talk about victimization and making changes that are truthful within our system. We have an attitude adjustment that we need to have in this country, both towards victims and towards people who pretend to be victims. You know, I have to say that there are times when I've seen people say things that may have been about attention, and then later on watch them do the things that they said they were going to do to maliciously hurt themselves, and have to wonder if they were trying to warn me that they were going to hurt themselves if they didn't get what they wanted. And that's a person that's crying for help. When you have people that stand there and say, if you don't do this, I'm going to hurt myself this way, or I'm going to do this to myself, or I'm going to hurt this person over here, that's a person who needs help. And you need to contact the authorities, because it's a part of the problem. We've got a system that doesn't want to acknowledge a certain group of mentally ill people. They want to put them on a pedestal. And I understand, you know, I love all my family, even the mentally ill people in my family. We have a tendency to let people see that because we're not ashamed. But you've got this whole group of people out here who are running around thinking it's okay to victimize people because they're watching authority get away with it. And we've got to stop that, because there should be consequences for people who lie about being victims as well, with God's love. God bless America. Have a blessed day. And back the blue.